Hey guys, what's going on? Milk here, back with another video. This time, this is going to be a short review on a newer game that just recently released called Balatro. And what is Balatro, you might ask? To put it simply, it's a roguelike poker game. And that didn't really sound appealing to me once I heard that, but seeing a little bit of gameplay as well as just diving into it, because the game's relatively cheap. I think on sale it was like $10 or $11, and just normally it might be $15. The game is an absolute blast, and it's one of those games that you will sit there and you will just continuously keep playing until you either win or you get something that you've been trying to get at. Maybe like you're trying to accomplish something specific in the game, like using a specific deck, or you're just trying to accomplish an achievement in the game. It's just one of those games that sucks you right in, and there's so many different ways to play the game, and it's quite intuitive, and it all is centered around poker. So to start out with, a cool little feature here on the main menu, you could select between different profiles, and one of the things that it has is an unlock all button. I did that on a separate profile, just so I can explore and play around with the game freely, as well as just being able to not have to worry about spoiling any achievements on my main profile. So it just gives you a kind of like a playground to just go around and test things and just play out with everything in the game. So to start off with, you just click play, and this brings up the main menu where you could select your deck and your stake, which is just a difficulty modifier. Each deck has a specific feature that goes along with it. I use the checker deck, which kind of allows for easier flush builds, and you just quite simply click play and it gets right to the game. So we'll go over the main menu that you're going to be looking at for the whole duration of the run. Starting on the left-hand side, the round score is going to be what you scored for the round. The blue box there is the amount of chips you earn. Each card has a certain number of chips, from 2 all the way to 11. Each card corresponding has their correct chip amount. So a 2 card will have 2 chips, an ace will have 11, king will have 10, queen will have 10, jack will have 10, etc., etc. The multiplier amount, which is going to be that red box there, that's going to multiply whatever your chip amount is. So if you have a 20 there and 100 chips, it's going to multiply 100 by 20. Pretty straightforward. As for hands, every time you play a hand, it's going to subtract 1 from there. So if I play a pair of 2s, it's going to subtract 1 hand there. Same with discards. You could discard up to 5 cards at a time, and every time you use a discard, it'll subtract 1 from there. The amount of money is presented there. Pretty straightforward. The ante is what you would consider in this game the level. So right now we're on level 1. And the round is the round in which you fight the blind. So if I fought this first blind here, it would be a 1 round. The middle blind will be the second round. And then the final blind, which at the end of every ante, you fight a boss that has a modifier on it. That will be the third round here. The little pop-up here is called a tag, and now a tag can be gained whenever you skip a blind. You can only skip the first and second blind. You cannot skip the boss blind. And they give you certain stats, or they will give you certain collectibles. So in this case, after I defeat the boss blind, I'll be able to gain $15. So a little gameplay footage here. It makes sense for me to skip the first and second blind because I'm going to be able to get extra money after the boss blind, and I'm also going to get a modifier on a joker. You might be asking what's a joker. We'll be getting to that very shortly after this boss blind. So the game is very straightforward. As you can see, I want to play a flush, and I'm able to play a flush. You can play poker hands as they come up in your hand. Again, it's randomized, the cards you draw. So you kind of just have to deal with the cards you draw. As you can see on the left-hand side as well, you can see my chip count gaining and the multiplier working in action. After a boss, you get additional money for however many hands you have left over. So here I get 1. And then since I skipped that blind, I got that tag that gave me an extra $15 and allowed for me to cash out. After every fight with a blind, you are able to go to a shop afterwards. Now, the shop is where you're going to be getting a lot of your upgrades from, and you're able to purchase consumables from. The consumables being tarot cards, planet cards, spectral cards, vouchers, and booster packs. You are also going to be able to purchase jokers, which are your main power spikes throughout the entire run. So starting with tarot cards are essentially a very vast way of modifying different aspects of playing cards throughout your deck, and also adding in certain effects maybe to your joker, or just giving you certain little boosts, maybe like additional money. Planet cards are going to be the main way to level up your individual poker hands. Each hand has a level from 1 to, I'm not really quite sure what the max level is. I've gotten past 14, so I'm pretty sure it could go to an infinite amount. But each time you level up your poker hand, it will increase the amount of chips and the base multiplier. We have spectral cards, which are very similar to tarot cards, but they give you a higher boost than what a tarot card would give you, but they also have drawbacks to them. So one might be to destroy 3 cards after boosting a few cards, or something along those lines. Then we have vouchers. Vouchers are items that are in the shop, and they refresh after you defeat the boss blind of each ante or round. And each voucher, it can give you a little boost. It could either decrease the prices on the shop, it can allow you to do certain rerolls, it can allow for certain cards to show up more frequently in the shop for you. And finally, we have booster packs. There's Arcana booster packs, which contain tarot cards, Buffoon packs, which contain Joker cards, Celestial packs, which contain Planet cards, and Spectral packs, which contain Spectral cards, as well as just normal standard packs that contain playing cards, and these can have certain enhancements onto your cards. Now, I'm not going to do a full deep dive into what every single Planet card is, every single Tarot card is, what every single Joker card can do, Spectral cards, because we would be here for quite a bit of time. But essentially, you could get different multipliers, different effects, different ways to play the game, different ways your run changes throughout the run. And there's also things to add on to your normal playing cards in order to give them a boost. Maybe add a multiplier, maybe give them more chips, maybe make them a different suite, so you could change your diamond cards into heart cards, things along that line. So, a little example here of me buying some tarot, me buying a Joker card, and me buying a booster pack. As we can see, every time for this Joker, every time I use a tarot card this run, it adds a multiplier. Joker cards will start taking into account and affecting your cards after you finish your hand. So after the hand is done being counted, then Joker cards will be taking effect. So again, right here, just buying up some things. I'm going to buy up this tarot card in order to use, because again, that's going to be adding on to my Joker. Here as well, it's going to show the run info, and here you can see how many hands you've played, the level of each, and what the amount you're going to be getting for each one is as well. Here we have how quickly you can throw a run. Here I'm thinking that I'm able to select 2 of the Jokers to use for whatever reason is going on in my head. So right here I'm thinking, okay, I could sell both of these Jokers and then pick both of them because they're both awesome. So what happens here is I essentially throw and get rid of one of my Jokers, and you can hear in this clip how upset I am, because this feels like one of those things that are going to come back and bite me. Oh, I messed up so bad. And it came back to bite me. I sold one of my cards that would disable the boss blind. It was a Joker that I had. And as a result, this boss blind absolutely washes me because I heavily relied on heart cards. Oh, dude, it's all heart cards. I didn't look. Rip. I think I lose here, gents. That sucks. Rip Schnozo. Damn. GG. Absolutely humiliated. Fuck. So yeah, overall, the game is an absolute blast to play. There are some things that do annoy me. Sometimes I feel like in the middle of a run, like I'll just get washed out. And I'm not quite sure if there is a way to come back from it. Sometimes it just feels like the luck just isn't with you and you just get completely beaten and then you just have to restart. Or sometimes you have a really bad start and you can't really get anything rolling. But the thing is, the game is just quick to play. It's a simple game to start up, to just keep starting a new run. You don't really lose anything. It's not really frustrating. It's more, in my mind, like a puzzle game than anything else, and it's just a continuing puzzle game. So you're never quite solving it. Other than that, it's an absolute blast for the price. This is one of the best roguelike games I've played in a long time, and still probably one of the best games I've played in a long time. Again, I think I mentioned it earlier, and if I didn't, I apologize, but this game is... I haven't had this much fun since The Binding of Isaac. It's an absolute blast. To me, it's a 10 out of 10 game for the price, for the content, for how much care and love was put into this game. I couldn't ask for anything better. The fact the game also runs perfectly well on Steam Deck is another bonus point to it. For the full price of the game, it's 100% a must-buy. This is definitely a game you do not want to skip out on. Even if you're not really into poker as I was, it was just so much fun. It's so intuitive. I know I didn't really do the best of job explaining every single aspect of the game, because looking at it from a bird's eye, it seems kind of complicated, but once you get into it, it's extremely intuitive and it's super smooth and everything flows so well and it teaches you along the way as well. Yeah, I can't think of a better game for the price, to be quite honest. So yeah, definitely go out, buy this game, highly recommended. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you've been playing this game, and let me know if you want to hear about any other games or any other topics. Thanks, guys. See ya.